All right, we are live and I'm going to set some things up for you. So, welcome everyone back to day 3. Let's give this system a minute to catch up. And let's see here. Let's go over to Instagram. Instagram. Okay, where are we at? Instagram. Shouldn't this tell me when it goes live? It should, but okay. So we see it now. All right. So I'm starting to get the hang of it. Instagram, seeing where it is and so forth. All right. So today, once again, is I'm gonna go a little bit longer than the 10. Well, you know what? I'm gonna put the timer up just in case, and then if I go long, I'm gonna try to keep it under 10, just so you guys know. You know, I try to give you the stuff and not all that fluff. So we're gonna get right into it. Plus, this gives some people time to get alerted so they can come. I know some people were telling me they want to come to the next one. And thank you all for who have been coming so far to these challenges. Just so you can see, how we do it from the basics, right? I'm not showing you any of the complicated stuff. I'm showing you just the basic beginning stuff. And I just want to find the timer I used before instead of creating a new one. So let's do it. Here we go. All right, so 10 on both. Yep, 10 on both. All right, and I'll probably just go a little bit longer than that. But welcome everyone. If you have questions, do me a favor, put it inside of the comment box with a Q colon, then your question. And I will throw those links in there right now to our community and also for our free trial for anyone that's wanting to know about that. I wonder why. Let's see. I'm not able to do that on LinkedIn as easily. So, tell you what, let me just copy it like I did yesterday, which was kind of cool. All right, we're just gonna have to do it that way. So, LinkedIn, you got it there. And, oh, I can do it this way as well. Here we go. Bam. Bam. There we go. Bam. Out of Bayou. That's what I'm going to start saying. All right. So we have those questions there. All right. So I'm going to show you a couple of things here really quick. And the primary thing that we're going to be doing is showing you how to, for an example, bring comments onto your screen in a manner like this, right? This is just a simple way. And I have a couple of other ones, but I'm going to show you just maybe one powerful one that I use. For an example, you won't see this on the Instagram screen, but I'll show it to you guys here in just a second. But I'm going to show you how to do, well, not today, but I'll show you how to do something similar to that. And actually, if you want to learn how to do something like that and be creative and make your own stuff up, whether you watch this on a live or the recording, do me a favor. And I need at least, I'm gonna go fair, 100 comments or 200 interactions, right? Thumbs up, hearts, whatever you give. And I will teach you how to brand your own content, your colors, all that stuff, just like what you just saw. But first, if anyone throws a comment in live right now, I'm going to bring it on screen and then I'll use that as kind of like to show people this is how it's done. So, one of the great things about what you just saw, and I'm going to show you flat from the beginning, it's going to be something similar like this. What ecamm allows me to do is add what's called a placeholder comment box, right? Comment overlay. What that does is it comes on initially kind of just like this. Actually, let me take that off for a second so I can show you just the regular way first. Okay, I was going to get to that in a second, but perfect. All right. So in essence, this is how it looks. What you're seeing right now for the horizontal view is it's coming in long ways, and then in the vertical way, it's coming in like a box shape, right? But it automatically places it so it fits within whatever style you're uh, streaming to. So what this does is any comment that you're going to bring on screen, it will come into this location where you currently have it at, which makes it so much easier than you having to worry that a comment's going to come here, there, everywhere. You can put them so many different places. And I'll show you a cool technique towards the end of having multiple comments come up on it and so forth. Also, what's a really great thing is, like I said, you get to move this. For an example, even on my um, reel in Instagram and YouTube, who's doing vertical, I get to move it where I want it, move it to. I also have the ability, if you see the face that the person's supposed to be, I can enlarge that or shrink it so that their face can be seen more, right? This gives you the ability to customize. Again, that's the primary thing that I really love about, working with ecamm for so long. I think I've been with them about 8 years now, is that I get to brand it and customize it and do all the color stuff where I want, not just template based. So for an example, let's say I want this comment to be long, right? I can just stretch that out, or and I'll do the same thing for the vertical over here. Everything I'll do one, I'm do other. Or I can then take this and make it kind of like a square, right? I can do all of those. You have the ability to do some more advanced stuff. I won't get into that for this live, but again, if you want to see that, let me get some love and I'll show you all how to do some of those more specifically. For my ecamm users already inside our community, for the Boston I am going to do a separate video and show you the back end on how you all can do this. And again, you guys already know how simple it is, but you may just not know where it is. But I'm going to show you how to do that. Here's another great unique thing about this. Now I get to add and you don't see this directly right now, but I'm adding a shadow behind um, this. You know what? I'll make it more prominent. I'm gonna change the color so that you probably can tell what it is just a little bit more. Okay, so let's change this to yellow, right? So watch the words, and now you see that yellow come up behind it, right? So currently I have a black color. It adds some ambiance to it. And this is when you want to get a little bit more fancy and so forth. And then I am going to add a background, which you will see here. I'll do a couple of different ones. So first is just a regular color. I'm gonna add a black one. So now you can see what that does. And also let's add the same thing over on to our vertical over here. Let's try to stay consistent and show on both sides. So color, and then now you have the black on both sides. So you can see, again, I can move it wherever and the color moves so it's not separate, it's all together. And the photo is going to come directly from the person that's posting, right? So you don't have to worry about any of that. Whatever photo or image that they have is going to come onto your stream. Okay. I'm going live a little earlier today because I have a swamp day. I'm producing 2 live webinars, as we call them, webinars. So my day is going to be pretty swamped. So I wanted to come live to you early to make sure I stayed consistent with my word for the challenge. All right, here's another great thing that you are able to do. So you see how the color is now currently black, solid. I'm going to now add a gradient color to it. And let's say I wanted to have this yellow. Just and again, I'm just using what is use red so you can really just see it pop out. But what's also really cool is so you see it's red, but oh, let me do it to the other side as well. My bad, Instagram. Hold on, just holler at me if I do it and you're like, we don't see it. Just holler at me. So gradient, and let's go red again. Okay, so we see it on both sides. Now, on the back of it, if you look like right about here on the horizontal, and then if you look right about here on a vertical, I'm doing two places because it's showing in two different locations on both streams, Instagram, YouTube, different places. You see the little black kind of thing there. Okay, again, I will make that prominent so you can see. I'm gonna change the color to yellow. Um, Oh no, actually that's the shadow. But that's okay. So, and I'll do that same thing over here. Where is this one at? Yellow. So let's go background yellow, just so you can see. Now I'm doing gradient, so it mixes. But let's take that back to black, and let's take the Instagram back to black because it's specific reason. All right. So that black edge is what I was referring to. Now I'm going to change that to yellow. So that way you can see what I'm referring. Well, yeah, so you can see what I'm referring to. So now you see the shadow behind of what I was referring to, right? So now it has that yellow right here and then a yellow kind of like right there, right? You guys see that? Yeah. All right, perfect. So this gives you the ability to do all kind of unique things. Man, there's so many more advanced stuff that would happen. So basically now, and again, you can control the size and how, you want it to come in and so forth. So now let's say if I want my comments to come in here, vertical, I'm gonna leave it there because it's above my head and that's cool. That's where I want it to be. So each time a comment comes on, oh, and I'm also show you one more thing. It will go to the same location once again. And of course, you can control how it comes on, where it comes on at, and all of those things. Spinning, doing all kind of fancy stuff. But that's how it comes on. You also have the ability to say how long you want it to stay on. Because what happens is you bring a comment on, now you're, in your groove and you're talking. You don't want to have to focus about taking it off, right? So for an example, I have my comments automatically leave about 10 seconds. So I leave them on, give people time to look at it, take it in, read it, and then it automatically goes off. So that way I don't have to think about it, right? Just keep talking and then poof, right? You can set it up where you can have it kind of workflow where the next couple of comments come in, but you don't want to do that because some comments you don't want to come on. Some people, hey, they're silly. But so that's simple. That's how you do it. Thank you all for joining in for this live today. Remember, 100 comments, and I will teach you how I do one similar to this, right? And see how it just comes on automatically. 200 interactions, if not the 100 comments, I show you how to do something like that as well. Thanks for taking a moment listening. Hey, go check out. Let me go ahead and take this timer off. And this timer off, we're done. Go check out the community. Link is inside. Brand like a boss. Let me see how to get that uh, on the gram. Oh, there we go. It's not the one I wanted, but there you go. That's Hustle Boss. Let me show you the horizontal with the vertical just saw. But yeah, so you can come there. We are growing and we're looking for more people to come in who are ready to learn. If you want to come in and just be quiet and be a looky loo, that's fine. Right? I don't have no issue with that. I just want you to learn. We have free classes and courses inside of the community where you can just come in and just learn how to do some of the basics of this, right? And then, of course, we have the ability that you can upgrade and you can go to our VIP in which you really want to turn it on and say I'm ready for that. All right. This is done. Thanks for listening. Remember to continue to brand. You know what? Let me put one of these. Hold on. I'm gonna do this live over here as well. So that way the vertical can see what I'm doing as well. All right. So I'm gonna have to adjust this a little bit, but they understand what's happening. All right, so this is what's happening as I'm putting this image up here. Look at that. Look how smooth that was, right? Simple and smooth. I like it. All right, continue to brand like a boss. See ya.